What if we deported the cure for cancer? Not the disease. The person. The student who might have discovered it. The researcher who just needed time, support, and freedom to think. But instead, we sent them home. Because they protested. Because they spoke. Because they dared to care. We've already revoked over 300 student visas. And we're looking every day for these lunatics. Marco Rubio stands proudly by his words. They came to study, to learn, to research. Now, they're being deported for speaking their minds. Marco Rubio, now Secretary of State under Trump 2.0, has launched a campaign to monitor, target, and deport international students who participate in campus protests. He calls it catch and revoke. Sounds like a video game. But for hundreds of students, it's real life. 300 student visas revoked. The rules are simple. If you're here on a student visa and you speak out, even peacefully, you could be on the next plane home. No trial, no debate, just revoked. If this rule existed decades ago, the US would have kicked out some of the very people who helped make this country what it is. Albert Einstein fled Germany and found refuge in the US. He protested racism, war, and nuclear weapons. The FBI watched him. America celebrated him. Dr. Mona Hanna Atisha, born to Iraqi parents, blew the whistle on the Flint water crisis. The government tried to discredit her. She didn't back down. Ahmed Zewail, Egyptian immigrant, Nobel Prize in chemistry, spoke out for peace and diplomacy. Lama Gbowie, Malala, Vivek Murthy, the list goes on. These weren't troublemakers. They were truth-tellers, and they weren't afraid to speak. So what is this really about? Rubio says it's about safety, but the students being targeted? They're not violent. They're not criminals. They're not terrorists. They're activists. And in a democracy, activism isn't a crime. It's a responsibility. So, let's stop pretending this is about keeping campuses safe. It's about silencing voices that challenge power. It's about fear, control, obedience. This isn't security. This is suppression. 26% of US doctors are foreign-born, 23% of STEM workers, 35% of US Nobel laureates in science were immigrants. Kick them out. And who builds the next vaccine? Who solves the next crisis? Who dares to speak truth to power? We're not just deporting students. We're deporting possibility, progress, hope. Rubio says he's looking for lunatics. But history will remember many of them as geniuses, as heroes. So we ask again, if protest means punishment, if free speech leads to exile, then what is this? Because it's not democracy anymore. If you believe in freedom, for everyone, if you believe that truth has no visa requirement, then speak up. Leave a comment. Is this still a democracy or something else entirely? Subscribe for more truth, resistance, and reality checks.